But I want to invite Deep, who's one of my favorite colleagues, to come in and talk about what is available out of the box. If I am using one of those really popular applications for my organization, how do I connect? How does it work if Microsoft Copilot starts to talk to it? What is the experience? Deep, if you can walk us through that.
Hey, thanks, Harish. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Loud and clear.
Great. Hi, everyone. I'm glad to kind of talk about, the out-of-the-box plugins and connectors available today. So why don't we start with, a quick video to kind of understand, like, how it works. Harish, if you could help me with the video, please.
Yeah. I just want to make sure you guys can hear audio as well.
Daniela, Contoso's Chief Business Officer. She has an upcoming meeting with her client, Northwind Energy, to mitigate ongoing issues associated with the project. She regularly uses Copilot to get on top of things, and she checks if she has her most used plugins, Jira Cloud and Contoso Billings, enabled through the plugin manager. To prep for her meeting, she asks Copilot to update her on issues related to Northwind. She gets a detailed summary of issues and hovers over the second one to get more details. She gets a rich actionable card from which she gets more information. She also finds an email from Mallory talking about a cross border approval issue. Next, she asks Copilot to draft an email to Christy, the project lead, in a tabular format to get the latest data of the status of the item. Copilot drafts up an email, smartly arranging the tickets in a well formatted table with appropriate column headers. Looking at the mail, she notices that both issues are on the Nordic sites. She asks Copilot to fetch her Contoso's SOP on Nordic operations. Copilot finds the SOP using the company's knowledge base maintained on ServiceNow using the Graph connector, which Daniela reaches to using the references and reads up. She is now ready for her meeting, all in one go. Copilot plugins empower users like Daniela to enhance their productivity by completing their workflows across 1P and 3P systems.
Yeah. Thanks, Harish. If you can help me move to the next slide.
Yeah. Awesome.
Cool. So here we saw an example of how a business user can interact with multiple applications at the same time. We saw Daniela being able to fetch Jira tickets and also being able to fetch ServiceNow articles which are actually pushed through Graph connectors, right? So what I want with this slide is kind of talk about a few more scenarios which our partners have built and are in the process of building in different domains. And some of this will definitely resonate with you. So let's talk about project management in ITSM. Like it's typically a lot of tasks or tickets. So imagine bug triaging, task triaging situations, preparing a list of daily reports, etc., or being able to kind of a team leader being able to deep dive into a particular tickets or tasks. So all of those can be achieved using Copilot very easily without the need for them to go to like a dashboard or a console and apply 5-10 filters and things like that, right? So when it comes to sales and marketing, like imagine like the day of a salesperson starting with saying, hey, get me the list of key activities that I need to focus today, right? So that kind of enables the sales rep to kind of avoid going through all the emails, etc., and all of those to kind of figure out what is that they want to do next, right? In the HRMS space and recruitment space, like in HRMS, think about a team leader who is trying to schedule a shifts, right? They have to go to like applications and figure out who is on leave on which date, and then kind of come back to a shifts application and adjust those shifts. Imagine a situation where they type in Copilot saying that, hey, get me the available employees on this date on this week so that I can schedule a shift or something like that, right? And then using that information to kind of schedule a shift. It's much more easier and productive for them to do that way. And talking about legal and contract management also, like typically like we're not aware like which contracts are going to expire, etc. We don't want to go into a contract, read through it, and then figure out, okay, this is the date, right? Copilot makes all those things very easy. And here these are just examples to kind of get you started on understanding like what kind of use cases can Copilot power for you, both through the apps that our partners are building, or you can also build like specific apps to kind of which my colleague Harish is going to talk about, right? So Harish, if you can like help me with the next slide.
So Deep, in each of these scenarios, Copilot will actually have a relevant plugin to talk to
Correct.
a project management tool or a sales tool or an HRMS tool. And as a result, it's helping them complete each of these tasks, right?
Correct.
Awesome.
Great. So we already have a lot of plugins available today, and a lot of partners are also building this. So this is just a snapshot. So we can move on to the next slide. Uh, we also have a bunch of yeah. So this is basically the surface where you can go and check out the Copilot plugins which are already available today. The M365 App Store, which comes up in Teams, Outlook, etc. Like there's a filter for works for Copilot. You can just browse that section and you can enable that plugin. Uh, let's move on to the next. So once you have enabled the plugin, so you actually need to enable that in the Copilot flyout for Copilot to kind of interact with that plugin and get you the relevant results, right? So yeah.